I'm here with Ray Andersen to talk to him about his new book. Ray, tell us about the new book and the title.
It's called the Under the Igusi Tree. Now the reason why I named it that was because Billy, my pet reedbuck, died and we buried him under the tree.
And what was the significance of that? Why was he so different from any other reedbuck?
Well, he was such a pet, he was just part of the family, almost like a dog. Almost like a dog. He did everything with us. When we walked in the bush, he came with us like the dogs came with us.
Ah, and where did you find him?
Well, he was found on the side of the road by a hunter, poacher, and instead of leaving him to the lions, they picked him up and they brought him to our house.
Ah.
He was placed in a Hessian bag,
so
he didn't try and get up and run around, like animals normally do when they're very young. So, and he came around about midnight, and of course we were so curious, we wanted to see this little fella straight away, but we weren't allowed to. We woke up the next morning, and there was Billy with his head sticking out of this Hessian.
What was his name?
Billy.
Billy.
Yeah. Beautiful little animal.
Yeah.
And we took him out the bag, and he immediately stood on all fours.
Ah.
We couldn't believe it.
So he was just born?
He was just born,
yeah.
So the mother obviously was killed, and somebody took away the carcass and left this little fella.
Ah, so it hadn't even hopped up yet when they left him on the side of the road?
No.
Oh, that's terrible, isn't it?
No, it's terrible that this is the early part of Rhodesia.
Yeah.
When...
so he basically integrated into the family?
Yes,
Yeah. And how long did you keep him?
Well, he was about 3 years old.
Yeah.
When somebody knocked him over, a hit and run, and killed him. And of course that was devastation to us youngsters. There were 4 of us. And somebody came to us and said, "Your buck is in the road."
Ah.
So my mother looked across the road and she says, "That looks like Billy. Why don't you boys go across and see if it is Billy?" When we arrived there was Billy, totally stone cold. He was dead.
Ah.
And we had to move him, but we could hardly do it, our nerves were just seized.
Oh, that sounds very sad.
Yeah,
but there were a lot of happy times, you were telling me,
yes.
in between that, before that happened.
Yes. Well, Billy slept during the day, and only came out at night. So as soon as the sun went down, he came out, and he ran in a circle, whistling, like reedbuck do, they whistle. And he jumped up.
What does it sound like, the whistle?
Oh,
just a
normal whistle, like a human would do it.
Ah.
Yeah. And of course he'd run around, jump in up into the sky, with his little white fluffy tail sticking up, and come down, and he just gave us that display just about every day.
Ah.
Then he would come to my mom,
and
Mom used to give him a cigarette. Not to smoke, but to eat. He loved
tobacco. Yeah. And what demographic is the book aimed for? Children, young adults?
Oh, it's mostly for children and young adults.
Yeah.
But
everybody loves a good story about a pet.
I think even the older people would enjoy that.
So it's really worth a good read, and it's a true story.
Yeah, it is a true story. 100% true.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
But I could still sort of visualize the time we went there to where he was lying.
Yeah.
And we just couldn't believe it.
Ah.
We left him there for a while, came back home to Mom, and Mom says, "You boys, go and fetch Billy and bury him."
Oh dear.
And that was the hardest thing to do.
Yeah, you get attached to your pets, and well, they're not really pets; they become part of the family, don't they?
Well, that's right.
Yeah.
So we took the wheelbarrow across here, loaded Billy onto the wheelbarrow, then wheeled him back to the Igusi tree.
Ah, so that's why the book's called the Igusi tree.
That's right.
Ah.
We had to make a hole to return him, and cut a big hole, which is pretty tough going.
Yeah.
Because in that area there's a lot of rocks and boulders and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But eventually we buried him.
Ah.
So all the soil that we took out.
So does the book have a happy ending?
Well, not really. I don't,
But it makes you appreciate your pets.
Yes, I think so. Yeah, I think you must look after your pet all the time. But unfortunately, Billy, being wild, he roamed around at night. So we couldn't really teach him. The only time we had him around us was in the evening, around about 5 o'clock. The sun started going down at dusk.
Yeah. So Ray, where can people find your book?
On my website.
Yes. And the address is below.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep. And they can get through you to via your Facebook site, and you want people to join your Facebook site.
That's right.
Because you have more books coming.
I've actually got 3 more books.
Yes.
There are 2 about a princess.
Yes.
A short one for children.
Yep.
And a longer one for adults.
Okay.
And then there's another one, Destination Unknown.
Yep.
It's about us children.
Ah, okay.
How we were brought up.
Right.
Or dragged up.
Yeah. So how much is the book?
$5.
$5.
Yes.
Okay, that's Australian dollars.
Yes.
Yeah, Australian dollars.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, on your screen now, ladies and gentlemen, you can see where to purchase Ray's book. It's a real good read. I've read it myself, and I really encourage you to go and read Ray Andersen's book, The Igusi Tree.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Ray.
Yeah. My pleasure. Have a good read.